Hey Beans! Animal Jam has a ton of animals, and as a result, not all of the animals are played. But sometimes animals go out of style for seemingly no reason, and I feel like they really should be played. So today I'm going to tell you about the top 10, and really 11 because there's a bonus in here, animals that I believe should be played in Animal Jam that aren't really that played. So we're going to start off with the snow leopard, and this is considered the bonus because a lot of people do play it, but I think it should be played more. These things are just amazing, and again, they are underplayed, but they're still played, so I'm not going to count them on the list. But snow leopards are just awesome. They look so buff, and all of their animations are great. They literally look like they're so in shape. They look like they could just eat you at any time. And also, items look great on them, like top hats and spikes and legendary gloves and tail armors. All that really famous stuff people really like just looks amazing. Especially, they are famous for how they look with bow and arrows. The very first look I ever made with a snow leopard, when I first got it off of the gift card in like December 2012, was with a bow and arrow. They just look amazing with almost every single item that you could possibly put on. And sure, there are some weird obscure items that they look really strange with, but those main items that everyone really likes just look great on snow leopards, and their actions and animations and their walking, just everything about them is so cool, and I don't understand how these things aren't played more. Number 10 is the horse, which as you know is my animal, my main animal, that is. And the reason the horse isn't played that much is, first of all, it's weirdly shaped. It has weird animations, it walks weirdly, and normal items that most people would want to wear, like spikes or spiked wristbands or worn blankets, don't look that great on a horse, and tail armors look absolutely wretched. So people who are just trying on those normal items don't really understand the value of the horse. But one of the reasons I started playing a horse is because it looks so good with just random items that no one thinks about, like that steampunk monocle or the sword. Like, they're just really obscure items that are still very cool, but just people forget about because of these really cool rare items. And I wanted to throw it in there and show you guys that it is really cool if you put on the right random items, as are a lot of the animals on this list. Number 9 is the lynx. Now again, the lynx is a weird one because it really has its job, its spot in the world, and that is to be cute. It's not really that good at anything else. It's hard to make like a fierce lynx look or a cool lynx look. You just have to be cute. And so basically, if you don't want to be cutesy, this isn't for you. But if you want to be cutesy and you don't just want to use a pig like everyone else, try out a lynx. Seriously, anything you put on it will just end up cute. You can find the manliest item in the world and you'll still be going, "Aww," afterwards, I promise. Number 8 is the lemur. Now, lemurs, I get why they're not played. They have some strange animations, but their walking animation is hilarious. It's just so good. I would play a lemur in its default setting just so I could walk around as a lemur. And yeah, again, a lot of items that are really popular don't look that good, like the spike collar or the tail armor. And there are some really weird interactions, as you'll see in a little bit, like with the bone tail or with the pixelated deer head. But there are some really cool obscure items like this witch hat that just look absolutely amazing, or the ribbon scarf, just stuff like that that people don't normally try, that this video is about making you try. Number 7 is the RHINO, which is really shocking to me. I think the reason most people don't play it is because Animal Jam just uses its horn too much. They literally put everything on its horn, and it looks really weird. And I wish I hadn't done this, but trust me, there are some really, really cool combinations you can put on with really popular items. Like, I'm surprised people don't use rhinos to stand out from the crowd and still show off their items. I think the reason Arctic wolves got so popular is because you can show off spikes and stuff and headdresses really easily. But with the rhino, it's the same thing. Like, every single item that's really rare besides, like, you know, headdresses look really, really good on rhinos. So I'm surprised these aren't used more in all. Honestly, I guess it's just no one wants to be a gem animal. Number 6 is the goat, which again is so cute, but is so cool at the same time. As you can tell from this look that Wisteria Moon would definitely deem very snazzy. But goats just are really versatile. You can really just put anything you want on them, and it looks really good. They just have such a nice shape to them. And as you can see, I just randomly made a wizard look, and it turned out very well. Just putting on random items that had the same color, I just made a really cool goat look. And I think you guys should try it too, with the goat especially, because it just has such a nice figure. You just want to put everything on it. Number 5 are the deer, which again, yes, a lot of items look weird on them, but deer have their own role in the game, and that's basically being Jamaliday beans. They're so good at, like, dressing up for the Jamalidays. They're basically meant to be for the Jamalidays, and the other thing they're really good at is making, like, artsy flower crown and worn blanket look. So if you have one of those bunnies or Arctic wolves that does that, try it out with a deer, stand out a little bit, and I promise you'll really like it. Deer are really good for those feminine looks and also for those holiday looks. They're just very innocent, awesome animals. Number 4 is the owl, and this is the problem with flying animals, is if people want to fly, they just become an eagle. And honestly, that's why toucans, owls, and falcons aren't played that much, is people just want to play the big burly eagle that shows off the spike and the top hat and all that stuff. But owls are really good at their own job again, and their job is to do one of 3 things: be cute, be childish, or be smart. And they're really good at the smart thing. I mean, I don't have them, but the rare nerd glasses look so good on owls. And then beards and things look really good on them, and they have lots of really good childish aspects to them. Like, just honestly, if you want to make a cute look and still fly, try out an owl, I promise. Plus, they have some pretty cool animations. It's a pretty cute animations, and they're pretty good for sitting up in the diamond shop and attracting attention, because you get tired of seeing eagles up there. Number 3 is the raccoon. I remember when raccoons came out and everyone freaked out about them. People were a little bummed because spikes didn't look good on them, because spikes used to be such a big deal back then. But nowadays, there's so many new items that people just don't try. Like, honestly, everything looks good on a raccoon. Again, they have such a good little body shape, and sure, some things come out weirdly because they're really small, but a lot of things, like the tail armor, doesn't look better on any other animal. I think raccoons are up there with Arctic wolves on having good tail armor on them. And the same thing goes for wings and bows, just really cool, kind of obscure items that aren't that rare, that people don't really use anymore because they just want to use, the uncommon items. The sad reality of things, again, is that people just don't want to play the gem animals for some reason. I feel like a long time ago it used to be, oh, you don't want to play a non-member animal, but nowadays it just feels more like, oh, you don't want to play a gem animal, because when raccoons came out, they were really popular, actually for a long time. But as soon as the diamond shop came out, I feel like they fell out of popularity. In fact, one of my biggest memories of raccoons was Wootmoo used to show off all of his rares on this one raccoon that was just loaded with spikes, and it was awesome. And I still remember him that way because raccoons were just such a big part of the game that people were using them to show off rares. But now that we have all these diamond shop animals, raccoons feel like these poor peasant animals almost, and you don't want to play them because then people will judge you. And I feel like we've sort of created these artificial tiers, and people are afraid to play the gem animals nowadays, which is really sad, because these are some cool animals and people are missing out on them. Number 2 is the otter. Again, otters are so cute and cool. Literally everything you put on them just looks amazing. As you can see, I just threw together like a random Jamaladay otter, and it turned out so well. And then I can also make like a wizard otter, but then you can also make like a cute otter, or you could make like a sparkly otter like I did here. Literally anything you want to do with the otter, you can. I mean, you can take them underwater. They are just such good animals, and you can change their colors to make them feel vastly different. So honestly, I feel like the otter is just like everything rolled up into one, and that is why it gets second on this list, because really, otters are just so cool. And people don't play them anymore, and I'm not really sure why. They have the funniest walking animations. They have the best dance and play animations. I don't even know why these things fell out of style. Honestly, when I was making my main look, I considered making an otter because it's like kind of an underplayed animal that's very, very cool, but people don't realize it. And the number 1 animal on this list is the falcon. Again, falcons are overshadowed by eagles, unfortunately, and people just don't want to play anything but the eagle because falcons don't look that great with spikes. But again, they're so good with obscure items. And that's why I consider my second most popular animal besides the quality spinny boy to be the falcon. I just throw on a monocle and a sword and it looks absolutely amazing. And as you can see here, I just threw on a witch hat and a mysterious cloak and a pirate beard, and all of a sudden I just have a really cool looking look, and I haven't even changed my colors yet. I mean, seriously, just give some of these animals a try, buy some random items from store and preview them, and I promise you'll find something really cool. Honestly, Arctic wolves have been exhausted. Like, no one wants to see more Arctic wolf looks that are the same. If you really want to be original, go and try out some items that no one has really tried before. And the thing is, most people have already tried all those obscure items on Arctic wolves and foxes and wolves. Go and try them on obscure animals, and I promise you'll find some really cool combinations that you'd never even thought up. And sometimes you just find hilarious combinations because Animal Jam sometimes just gives up on these animals and leaves the funniest things for you to find. So anyways, Beans, that's my opinion on the top 10 most underrated animals in Animal Jam. And seriously, go ahead and give one of these a try. I had a lot of fun making this video because I got to throw on some items to these animals that I hadn't played in years and remember just how cool they were. So I'm excited to see a little bit more diversity in the game, hopefully at least for a few days after this video comes out. But anyways, Beans, I'll see you in my next video.